All right, everything BS. We are discussing WrestleMania. Wow, better than last year right off the bat. We don't have a lot of time on us, so we're going to just blow through this. It's Brandon Gonzalez, Stunning Steve Wyatt, with Joshua James Dodson Collins, Esquire the Third. You need more titles. All right, the Dancing Destroyer. We're going to skip. All right, first of all, pre-show, tag title, 4-way. The best person won, I think. Does anyone have anything to add to that?
I think it was a good match. I mean, even the Matadors came out of there looking strong.
No one looked bad in that match. All right, moving on. Andre Battle Royal. First off, they crushed Axelmania. Rest in peace, Axelmania. And then, let's see. Cesaro looked great. We all love Cesaro. It would have been nice to see a 2-year win, but that didn't happen. Mizdow turned on The Miz, which means...
Let's get some all-around opinions.
I mean, we've got a lot of stuff.
I think Miz should have won. I would love to have the
because you want the
winning streak.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd have been happy with either Miz or Sandow taking it. I mean, respect to Big Show, but get the new guys in there.
What did you keep saying the whole night? He was a heat seeker. What did you say?
He's a heat seeker. He's a heat sucker. Like, if you're on fire or you're going, he comes in, takes
Hideo told me, he's like, "Oh, you're ready to go to sleep? Get out the ring."
Oh, I knew he wasn't winning, but they should have given him some type of spot, something.
Well, I think Big Show cried throughout the entire match because he's so fucking sensitive. All right, that was the end of the battle.
I love Big Show.
I do too, but
I love him too, but please retire.
Don't retire.
No, I'm kidding.
Get your job on.
All right, everyone. All right, those are the two. Now, the opening match, the Intercontinental Ladder match. I will address one thing. We predicted, first off, that two people have to take big bumps. And we said it was going to be Ambrose and Stardust. And Stardust took the superplex from the top of the ladder from Wade Barrett. And then Ambrose got broken in half. Yeah, I think...
Wow.
Yeah, I think Renee Young might be going to ESPN soon if he's hurt. Questions, comments, concerns?
That was definitely I don't know. To me, it seemed... I don't know. I didn't feel like it was as exciting as I thought it would be.
I mean, it was a huge spot fest.
Right.
And I think the finish was a little predictable.
And anticlimactic, I thought.
I do think that it built up to a Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan, IC feud. And I wouldn't mind if they have a long feud that the belt keeps going back and forth between them. I don't know what they're going to do with Wade Barrett going forward.
I'm fine with that, but I feel bad for Dean Ambrose because he kind of started the whole "let me steal your belt" gimmick. Mm-hmm. Then everyone jumped on that bandwagon,
and then everyone got behind our truth.
Yeah,
like, oh, you're afraid of heights.
I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I mean, get everyone as popular as you possibly can. Make everyone in there. You know what I mean? But Dean Ambrose is losing streaks.
Well, what do you think they're going to do with Wade Barrett going forward? I mean, he's not even doing the Bad News Barrett routine, which made him popular when he was injured, and he's going to get an instant rematch because that's in the clause now. Apparently.
Wade Barrett at this point, I'm sad to say, but he's enhancement talent. He's the guy where if you want somebody to go over but have a good-looking match, not just a random jobber, he's that guy.
So he's going to king this shit?
Yeah.
All right, well, that was the Intercontinental Ladder match. Everyone, here's the first good match, in my opinion. Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins.
Definitely the coolest finisher.
The finish, my God.
Well, first of all, I'm going to say awesome double DDT to J&J Security. And also, he did an awesome DDT to Seth Rollins where he came through the ropes and he just caught him into a suplex and then picked him up and just dragged him over to the second rope. That was really cool.
But rest in peace to Seth Rollins.
I do want to say Randy Orton is now playing a face. He's coming out there and he's actually responding to the audience. He's looking at the audience. He's lifting up the arm saying cheer. Well, I mean, and it's weird to see Randy doing that when Randy's always been a heel.
He spent some time as a face for a while.
But not a successful face.
It was because he was boring. I love Randy.
He used to be boring, but now he's finally getting...
That crap was terrible, but he needs to be a Stone Cold type of face. Like, you don't know what he's
exactly.
going to do.
Like, I loved it when he used to point to the ear, like, I don't hear shit, and people would cheer for it. So I'm now excited to see him being a face, but I don't think he needs to give the audience attention. He needs to just open up a can of whoop ass like he did. Now, we have to talk about the curb stomp into the RKO.
Wow. That was awesome. That was probably...
I think that was the best moment of the whole night.
I agree.
That was the coolest thing.
That's what people all the time.
And I like that they both double psyched each other out. Seth Rollins went for the 450. What is it?
Oh, that was
What's the
great.
move called? But he
For
waited
Phoenix
long
Splash.
enough, and he knew that he was going to roll out. So then he landed on his feet, so he could turn it into a curb stomp. He was like, "No, bitch,
What an amazing match.
done." All right,
I think that'll
now
probably go over as a top match. Triple H and Sting, fantastic. I think I'm the only person that liked the ending. It makes sense.
this was the nostalgia match. We'll all agree on that.
I think it made a lot of sense. I think that Sting. It was nice of Sting to come in and job.
Can we agree that Sting is the best looking 56-year-old we've ever seen in the ring?
I feel like that was a waste to bring him in. It was just a waste.
Well, how about this? Let's talk about Sting's entrance first of all. Steven, you didn't watch it because you went to go get your phone. The Japanese guys banging the drums. I didn't understand it.
I thought it was cool. You're enhancing his music. I would have liked to have seen a throwback to his old WCW Crow theme.
I will say this: he perfected the come over though. I will say he finally got it right. Yeah, it looked bad, but that's cool.
But my problem with the finish is it's not something that Triple H needed. Like, it just felt like a waste of time.
It was something WWE.
No, we're not even
needed.
at the finish yet.
Yeah. I mean, hey,
You still have Triple H's entrance. He came in as Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was kind of lame. It wasn't as cool as we thought it was at the
I
time.
thought that was pretty cool.
I did like that he came out to play the game instead of King of Kings. There was enough product placement for Arnold's
the
next
King of Kings,
film.
that's not his original theme, though.
I know,
old school.
but for the Authority, that is his theme, and then he came out to play the game. And now DX interfering, and then NWO interfering. I felt like it became a lumberjack match.
That made
It
no
was
sense.
weird.
Sting spent most of his career fighting the NWO. Where'd that even come from?
But then he finally sold out and joined the NWO, which proved why WCW went under, because you
Yeah.
have to be a
He didn't
part
join
of
those NWO guys.
No.
He still fought Hogan all the time.
It just made no sense. It was just a lot of no sense at the end. Don't get me wrong, it was awesome. I marked, it was cool, but when you sit back and think about it, it was like, you're Scott Hall, you're Kevin Nash, you're buddy with Triple H.
And why is an X-Pac switching
Yeah.
over?
What
Because no one
happened?
cares about Shawn.
Yeah, because like no one wants him on their team. Like he tries to jump over, they're like they still punch him anyways. You're not on the team. You're out of the band.
It was
I
just
liked it.
random.
I was happy.
And then it was like, hey, let's shake hands, which outside of kayfabe, I get it, but then later on, is I'm going to cut a promo on how terrible Sting is.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was weird that Shawn Michaels popped up.
No, I expected that, honestly.
Well, I know, but he's sold the whole "I'm retired."
Nope. He has
He's
said
been selling it.
many times, I will do whatever it takes for my friend Hunter. When he super kicked Daniel Bryan during that match, it's
At WrestleMania?
during that cage match.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
He looks out for Hunter. I'm perfectly fine with that. That's continuity.
Well, can I
Keep
bring
that
up
going.
one thing?
What's up?
How about Diesel tore his quad again?
was
Going
funny,
for her
At
quad.
least it wasn't on his way to the ring.
And
Oh, gosh.
I don't like that the finish was bat versus sledgehammer. Sledgehammer comes into play.
I
So
knew
now
it
it
was
turns
coming.
out that a sledgehammer beats a bat.
Not
All
bat
right,
beat
bat
sledgehammer.
finish.
The bat broke the sledgehammer.
But then the
He-
sledgehammer piece
Not
beat
he
Sting.
threw the bat away.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done that. First of all, I'm a little upset that Flair didn't come out, even though Flair was there. We saw that Flair was there backstage.
It would have taken him a while to get to the ring. I
Yeah,
think
he
hit
would have.
him with a
Woo! He would have just been strutting the whole time. By the time he got down there, it's the next match.
But see, once again, that wouldn't have made sense if he turned on Triple H.
Well, at least Triple H finally won a WrestleMania. Can we all agree to
The
that?
man
He's lost.
He beat
He
Brock
beat Brock Lesnar
Lesnar.
2 years ago.
Yeah, that was back when they didn't know what to do with Brock Lesnar.
But still, that's a major staple. I beat Brock Lesnar. How many people get to say that? There's not a lot of people who can say that.
That's true.
Alright, well, DX versus NWO, I think NWO would beat DX.
It was,
so
it
that
was just
weird.
it was just a waste of a build-up. Let's go from Survivor Series. You have Sting, you're building him up. It's like this guy is all about taking out the Authority. There's no stipulation. He goes in and he loses to Triple H. What does that do for Triple H? What does that do for a storyline? All it is going to be the next night is I buried WCW. That's it.
Before we move on, I want to address one concern: the network connection issues. They always they shit on the fans that buy it on Comcast, saying, "Why are you paying $60 when you can get it for $9.99?" Maybe because it doesn't freeze when you buy it on Comcast. I mean, how many times, Steven, top of your head, how many times did it freeze and then have to catch up, and then we had to rewind, and it turned out we were 5 minutes behind?
We rewound twice, but I think it froze probably at least 17 times.
17 times. So fuck it. If for $2 for every time, I mean, whatever. You might as well just spend $60. All right. Next match we have the Diva match. I just wrote blah. Blah.
Yeah, it is.
I think it was a solid match.
Oh, I did write.
It was better for the Divas match than what most Diva matches have been. Most of them are just pulling.
The most interesting thing I wrote down was JBL said that the Bellas have been twins for most of their lives. He said that apparently. Oh, another thing I wrote down is the Luthez press the new Diva version of the super kick?
I'd say so, yeah.
Since everyone now has a super kick and a Luthez press.
Well, the Divas now do the Luthez press.
I don't care for the Bella characters. They don't make sense to me because one turned on the other, then the other one had to be her
They never finished
slave, and then next thing they were just sisters. It was weird. Next match.
Well, next thing is the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
So, everyone, your thoughts about the Hall of Fame inductees? I mean,
I don't think Kevin Nash should have closed it out.
yeah, agreed.
Except for the fact that he single-handedly is responsible for.
I don't like that he was
WCW.
originally inducted as Diesel, but then they said Kevin Nash. When it's like Kevin Nash was the booker that ruined WCW. I like how Linda Reyes took the title of the trash can. You know, whatever. That was
nice.
good. I like Lanny Puffa being there. I thought it should have been Dragon Steamboat inducting Randy instead
of Hogan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Considering that they don't like each other.
Didn't. I don't think Savage likes anybody anymore.
All right, here we go. Rusev versus Cena. First of all, we have to talk about the entrances.
Oh, that was the one entrance. Actually, not entrance.
Rusev's entrance was
awesome.
phenomenal.
Rusev
Especially,
came in styling.
I like that Lana was the forefront. She walked in holding the belt with the fur. It wasn't even a coat. It was just like a fur shoulder hanging out. The boys were holding the fucking flag. I'm pretty sure those boys came back later as the Scarecrows, but
that was a great entrance.
And then he showed up on the tank. And then he lost.
That was... they should have just kept it going. Especially now, the excuse me, the WWE Championship is going to be defended more often. It'll be a playable card now.
Are you afraid that the other belts won't build up?
Well, the reason that they gave it to Cena and Bryan, I thought, was to kind of give the belt some merit.
Yeah.
Because I figured if Lesnar was going to be leaving with the belt, then, he wouldn't be here again for who knows how long. We probably won't see him again until SummerSlam.
I kind of think that Lana's the new First Lady of wrestling. I feel like she's the new Miss Elizabeth. Or Elizabeth. I feel like, she's the new one that comes out. She doesn't wrestle, but she pulls sway. I mean, she booked a match. She Adam Rose that shit.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's another thing I was thinking about, too. Because they were talking about Sheamus possibly coming back for the Intercontinental match.
Yeah, we didn't see Sheamus all night.
And Sheamus...
he booked
the only person I know, that has the power to book their own matches is Adam Rose.
Yeah. All right, Cena's entrance was kind of blah.
It just opened up with some...
They said they pay him enough. No need for more power.
Yeah, Marky Mark came out and beat the Russian destroyer. Lana looks awesome. We all agree on that.
So I guess we're going to split Rusev and Lana now?
Well,
I hope so.
Well, he did yell at her, but I think the biggest thing about that match was that Cena was still getting booed, even when it was a USA versus Russia match. And even Cena looked at the crowd and goes, "Really? You're still fucking booing me? It's Rocky IV."
It's tradition at this point. I mean, I'm saying it's pretty much tradition at this point at booing Cena.
I like Cena now.
And then they had the "Let's Go Lana" chants throughout the whole match.
Yep.
And then they gave her the Bad Deborah finish where she gets on the apron and she's supposed to turn this way, but instead she becomes the finish.
Oh, that was a horrible FU.
Yeah, that was a bad finish all around. All right, we now have the Rock and Triple H promo, which might be setting up for WrestleMania.
I think that was a great segment. I mean, one, unprecedented. Rousey in a WWE ring performing. Who would ever thought that would happen, considering Dana White's stance on keeping realism? And then two, WrestleMania is all about nostalgia. You got people to think back. Damn, I might see The Rock and Triple H again. Feud reignited. Perfectly fine.
All right. Well, if tonight is any indication, is Rock going to face Triple H and then DX comes out, but then the Nation of Domination comes to defend The Rock. Like, what's going on here? Is this just going to be a rehash of every classic battle that hasn't happened?
Triple H is getting that shovel out. That's all I know.
He's going to bury them? All right, we have Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt. First things first, throughout the whole night, we kept going, is it going to be dark enough for Undertaker's entrance?
It was not.
It wasn't. That's why they queued in all the fog, because it was broad daylight when he came out.
I think people were just happy to see he was still walking.
Yeah,
well,
he looked good.
Well, we were all worried.
He looked in some of the best conditioning I've ever seen him in.
Well, we were all worried at first because it was like, all right, he's got a trench coat, he's got a hat on. Let's see when he takes the trench coat off and when he takes the hat off, and then we'll decide. And actually, he looked a lot better than he did last year. Last year, it looked like he was dying. This year, it looked like he was thriving.
Kudos to his trainer.
Yep.
Yeah, kudos to that. Bray had a great entrance.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt had a great entrance as well. I think Bray also performed very well. Like you said, he's a safe player.
Yeah, safe player, had on his carrying pants.
I think the scarecrows were actually the Russian soldiers from earlier. They just did a costume change, and WWE only cut one paycheck instead of
Knowing
two.
the WWE, Dolph Ziggler was probably one of them.
Yeah, exactly right.
I think you were the one, Josh, that claimed that, well, technically, The Undertaker still has an undefeated streak at WrestleMania with the badass character.
3-0.
Yeah, 3-0. So hopefully he'll just go back to that character and he'll have the streak. Will you be the 4-1 or the whatever the hell it is? And
I was happy with the finish. It was a feel-good end.
Yeah.
It was good to have that back.
It was something that was
do
needed.
you feel like they had a wow moment?
No, I don't.
Well,
I think the wow
Wyatt was
moment was
doing-
him sitting up while he did the spider walk.
Bray
Oh,
Wyatt
that was
doing
pretty
the
cool.
spider walk.
Yeah.
Undertaker stood up and Bray was like, "Oh, he's not afraid." I think that was pretty cool.
All right, well, man, we got through this pretty quickly.
But
What,
hey,
you have something to say?
where does Bray Wyatt go from there? That's my only problem with booking those two together.
Well, the sky's still the limit for Bray. He's still young, and he's still a safe worker. He can still
That's
put on
true.
big matches with a lot of people.
But when you're pursuing and you're saying, "I'm the new face of fear, I'm the new face of fear," and then you lose, and then the guy who beat you disappears.
I feel like Bray Wyatt's
Where
the
do you
opposite
go?
of Brock Lesnar.
I
I would
think-
never be afraid to be in a match with Bray Wyatt.
I
feel
think
like
Bray Wyatt's going to continue this fear thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's no one's going to have an issue with him losing.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's
The
going to
Undertaker.
bury.
It's like no one seemed to have an issue with him taking out Daniel Bryan in the Rumble. No one ever.
Yeah.
There was no
Just-
backlash on him.
Just my thing is,
There was a
it's,
backlash on WWE in general.
he needs to get into a solid program of someone, one that might go on for maybe 1 or 2 months.
I think his brother probably Bo Dallas. I think they could probably.
Just he needs a story. It's been too long of him coming out and rambling, and kudos to him for
He's a great
carrying
promo. He's
a
promo.
feud by himself.
Right.
He can
did
feud
that.
with himself. He's a great promo.
But like he feuded with Undertaker by himself. Undertaker came out, didn't say a damn thing. Beat
Well,
his
Undertaker
ass,
came out
left.
just to say, "I'm going to teach you a lesson, kid. You don't call me out."
and I'm fine with that. But it's like they have to really establish Bray Wyatt as a top heel.
I really did enjoy how as soon as the match started, Undertaker gave him
Just kick
3
him straight
signature
in the
moves.
mouth.
He did the old school. As soon as the match started, the first thing that happened was a boot to the face. Then he did old school, and then he did the rub-a-dope boxing. But the only match that's left, we've blown through this really fast, is the
Fantastic.
main event.
Fantastic.
Wow, first
I
of
love the
all,
finish.
Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Can we just say that within, I'd say, about 45 seconds, there was an F5?
I love it. I love Brock Lesnar. I like the fact that they're trying to get Roman Reigns' name up there, build a new talent. The match was done well. I just wish that there was more wrestling.
Right.
It's been a huge spam fest from Brock, and it frustrates me because I know he's capable of more. I like it, but I want to see more.
Yeah, but the audience was so into that match. I mean, they were chanting more, they were booing more. That was the loudest I heard that match.
They didn't want Reigns.
Also, it was just the fact that he was immediately cut, and then he was immediately just kick him in the face and doing this. I mean, he was playing his character so well.
There had to have been some bad blood back there because they were just going for it.
Yeah, they really were.
Like, I think after some point, Brock was like, "Oh, I'm cut. You can have one of these." Reigns was like, "You know what? When I can finally swing back on you, you're not going to like it." I just think they just really went at it. And I think it made both of them look strong. And then having Seth Rollins come in and cash in, it keeps Brock looking great. It builds up the story of, like, damn, Reigns, you were there, but you couldn't finish.
Well, I will say that we know what the next T-shirt's going to be. Is that Suplex City? Hashtag Suplex City, bitch. That was really awesome when he yelled that out. And he was throwing Roman Reigns like a ragdoll through the whole match.
I was very happy. I was very happy with the end.
Yeah.
I think everyone was. I've said before, and again, it's nothing against the actor. I know I'm down the Reigns character. It's only because he's forced at us.
Yeah.
I'd have been happy if Eric Rowan came out there and won. You know, I think anybody would have been.
Yeah.
As long as Reigns didn't walk out with the title.
Like I said, my only thing, and it's always been, push the new talent. Cena, he's almost out the door. Daniel Bryan.
That's why I thought that Rusev should have won.
Daniel Bryan, he's almost out the door. Say what you will, but the man, you don't know where his health is. That's a huge, huge concern. Get the new talent in there. Tell the new story. Like guys like Big E should be in the main event right now. Cody Rhodes, he's still got a lot left in the tank. He should be in the main event.
Well, he's taking bumps now. He's taking superplexes off the ladder just to get a paycheck.
When
he's got a beautiful
Cesaro should have got to be. Cesaro should have.
I think Cesaro should be the man right now. I don't understand how Kurt Angle came in and became the man, and Cesaro is still like jobbing almost.
Cesaro runs his mouth a little bit. I love.
Well, I don't care. Doesn't matter if you. Everyone runs their mouth.
If you bad talk the product, it's not a good look.
When Vince is in charge, I hope Triple H won't be Vince.
Triple H's ego?
I know. I'm sure. Well, if he talked bad to Randy Orton or somebody, one of his boys, I'm sure it's even worse.
I love Triple H. I think Triple H is great for business, but his ego is serious.
Yeah,
But just now they're in a position to really build a new guy. Seth Rollins, he's now a champion. They could run forward with that.
I just don't want Cesaro to be one of those guys that we look back to and say, hey, you remember that Cesaro guy? Yeah. Man, he was Dean Malenko. I don't want him to become a Dean Malenko, a guy who was clearly the best there ever was and didn't become... Like, Dean Malenko could have been Bret Hart, but he didn't get the push.
He's going to become king of the mid-card.
Yeah, like, I don't like that idea.
The Miz is king of the mid-card.
Yeah. Well, The Miz isn't that great.
What?
I like Miz.
The Miz should be a commentator. The Miz should be a manager. I think The Miz would become he would be the next best manager. He would be the next Paul Heyman. He would be the next Bobby the Brain as a manager, not as a wrestler. His wrestling moves suck.
Do you dislike The Miz?
No, I actually like him.
I mean, do you boo him when he's doing his job?
No, I just don't think he's a great in-ring performer. I don't believe any of his moves. I don't believe he's that great in the ring. I just think he should be a manager. Yeah. I think he should be more of a personality and not an on-screen talent. I'd rather watch Luke Harper fight someone than The Miz.
I mean, here's the thing about
I'd rather watch Ryback fight someone than The Miz.
Here's the thing about The Miz. The Miz comes out, gets genuine heat. The man shakes his hand.
That's why he should be the manager. He should be the next Paul Heyman.
Hang on, let me finish.
I'm letting you finish. I just said that.
The man comes out. He gets people mad. He's gotten Damien Mizdow over. Yeah. The man went
got himself over.
The man went from a gimmick where he was dancing around in a leotard, copying everyone. He teams up with The Miz, and then now people are waiting for him to bust through the main event. That's talent. That's talent. When you compare somebody with somebody, take all that heat.
Well, when is he going to get himself over?
The Miz has been over.
Yeah.
No, that's when everyone else was injured, and we have no one else at WrestleMania.
The Miz has been over. Now, I remember he cut a promo when he was United States champion. People were like, "Damn, I might actually get behind this guy."
I did like Miz the most when he was with R-Truth, and they were Awesome Truth. I did like that. I really liked that.
The man has talent. The man definitely has talent.
And like you said before, he wants to be there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
How many wrestlers, don't get me wrong, I love watching Brock work, but does Brock truly want to be there, or does he like making $5 million a year?
Right. That's right.
You pay me $5 million a year, I'll...
Where do we go from here?
Shovel shit all day.
So where do you think we're going to go?
As far as the main event or storytelling?
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a Shield triple threat match in the works. I feel as though Seth Rollins is going to play keep away with the belt.
If Brock Dean Ambrose isn't dead...
Well, who's Lesnar going to feud with?
Well, Lesnar gets an instant rematch, I thought. Unless he can hold on to it. Yeah. How long does he have that, do you think?
Well, I feel as though he's going to get a rematch at Extreme Rules. I feel as though the Authority is going to try to screw him over, and then they might try to get some type of feud out of that. Maybe with Big Show again. I feel as though they always toss Big Show in when they don't know what to do.
Right. Well, Big Show's now the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle winner, so that's going to be his new storyline for a while.
For Cesaro.
Yeah. But with Big Show, that makes him look strong, and then they can rebuild that feud. Not the
Cesaro was the prototype, and they realized, all right, we fucked up with that. Now let's do it right.
I thought Big Show was going to win last year, so it's good to see him win this year.
I thought he was going to win last year too, but I mean, we all love Cesaro.
Will Orton come after?
I feel as though he's going to pull the I pinned you card. Let's go. He's going to have, a horse in that race.
So moving forward, we now have 4 people looking at Seth Rollins. We have the 2 former Shield members, the former champ Brock Lesnar, and Randy Orton.
Yeah, I just think in the future, Ambrose will become a factor.
Well, these are 4 possible contenders. We know one person is not coming after him, and that's Daniel Bryan, because he now has the Intercontinental belt to worry about.
I just feel this is going to be Roman, Brock, and who am I missing? And Orton. I feel a fatal 4-way coming. And I think that's a great way to keep Rollins looking strong, playing keep away, play ultimate opportunist, shout out to Edge. But come in, get the curb stomp, everyone looks strong, he goes away with the belt. Now,
discussing Brock Lesnar, we know that he probably signed a 3-year deal for the dates that he wants. So he doesn't want to be on every Monday. He wants a pay-per-view spotlight. So what's his story now going forward if he's not the champ?
Well, I mean, he's going to get the rematch. He's not going to get it. And then he's going to get some type of feature match. Maybe at, SummerSlam?
Probably. I agree.
Yeah.
Probably against Undertaker.
Well, you know what?
I'd love it.
Seth Rollins is finally getting that push. They are signing off on him. They want
Can't say finally. The dude's been getting pushed since the Shield.
I know, but they finally put all the eggs in that basket tonight.
Well, I mean, the moment
if you close out WrestleMania, that's it. After you lost a match, they could have held on to the Money in the Bank for a long time. They decided to do it tonight. That means that they think that they know. They think that they have enough story lines written.
They didn't want the rain of booze to come down.
Right. Agreed.
No one would have booed if Lesnar won.
No.
Yeah, but also they don't want to make the mistake of having a part-timer hold the belt for that long again.
Right.
Because
they've been getting more popular by having a part-timer hold the belt.
It's
Lesnar holding the belt.
No. Trust me. If you check out the forums, a lot of people love Brock Lesnar. But the reason why Brock Lesnar became face because they saw the writing on the wall of Roman Reigns.
Right.
And Cena too. Yeah. Cena always winning every match.
I don't mind Roman Reigns, but it was a situation of cheer the hell out of him because we don't want this situation.
Right.
But if he had won and then disappeared for months again,
if he would have fought anyone else, if he would have fought Randy Orton, if he would have fought Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan, or anybody else, he would have been the heel that he's meant to be. But the only reason he's the face by default because no one wants anyone.
Let me say this: I'll be excited when Reigns is ready, when he gets over properly.
I want to put out there, I've been saying since day one when I saw that they were pushing him, I said, this guy is not ready. This guy is not ready.
Right.
But if you're going to do it, go all the way.
Years ago, when
don't back out,
he broke the Survivor Series record or tied it maybe.
He broke the Survivor Series record.
Okay, then he breaks the Rumble record, and it's like, stop giving this guy everything.
Yeah,
and then he wins the Rumble the next year.
Like I said, what really hurt him was that injury. He was cool, but then when he came back, people were like, I see where this is going.
Him being injured made everyone realize that they liked the other 2 members of the Shield more. Remember, he was the powerhouse in the Shield only because we never got to see him really wrestle. He only got tagged in when he needed to clean house. And then we realized that Rollins and Ambrose were great wrestlers.
Look, once again, poor Dean Ambrose. When Rollins disappeared, Ambrose was there. Yeah. He was on fire. And then they slowly just pushed him into the mid-card.
Eventually, they'll realize that Ambrose is the man.
The crowd needs to get behind him. I feel as though the
crowd loves him, but they love everyone else.
They're not yes champ behind him.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: he refuses to have a gimmick. He won't do a ton.
He doesn't need a gimmick. He just needs to.
Here's the thing: I feel like Daniel Bryan figured out 2 words: yes and no. Like, oh my, good for you, buddy. You figured out yes and no. That's like Stone Cold figuring out the word what. That's
Daniel
terrible.
Bryan got over because of the 18-second loss he suffered at WrestleMania. After that, people were like, "This is terrible. Don't do that to someone."
What's worse, an 18-second loss at WrestleMania or losing every pay-per-view for 2 years straight?
18-second loss. That's on your record.
Dean Ambrose has lost every pay-per-view he's been at.
He's still on. I agree with you. I'm just saying he needs to find a way to connect with the fans even deeper. It's not there yet.
Renee Young, do something about it. If you're listening, fucking come up with a taunt for him or a chant. Or, girl, do something. All right, well, that was WrestleMania. Woo!
Loved it. Overall, loved the show.
I liked it. I thought it was surprising. They did good. It was way better than last year. All right, well, that's everything BS. The three of us, BS and Joshua. Signing
Good
off.
people.